We are on a record day 43 of the government shutdown with a bill looking to be passed today to potentially end it. The Dow and S&P love this news, inching towards all-time high, but what is going on with crypto? Risk on assets are being repriced, but Bitcoin is still above 100,000. With the Fear and Greed Index being below 830, you know the saying, be greedy when people are fearful. How can you be bullish when this time seems so choppy? And that's because major institutions are finally onboarding retail users. Starting with SoFi, the first bank ever to offer crypto not through a third party, but by themselves. How is this different than Robinhood? Well, Robinhood is a trading platform. SoFi is a FDIC insured bank. So your checking and savings can now directly integrate with crypto, and you can trade back and forth between those two. And like we mentioned, the retail can come on because of this, because 60% of their members already trade crypto or digital assets, but would like to do so within a own platform that they already use. That just means more access to liquidity, and that's a small bank. JP Morgan Chase just rolled out their own token, which has been tested in-house for quite a while, but now they're opening it to the public. Well, institutional clients to start, but retail investors will soon follow. Like JP Morgan, SoFi will be coming out with their own stablecoin, but that will come at the end of 2026. So JP Morgan is quite ahead. In fact, these can be yield bearing, and not only that, they have privacy features. What's different with the JP Morgan coin is that it's not a stablecoin. It is pegged to the assets held within JP Morgan Chase, which is the dollar deposits at the bank. Which means I need an audit of JP Morgan Chase before I buy any of their JP Morgan coin. I'd rather buy treasuries, which pumps our own USA bags. But not to worry, JP Morgan Chase will probably come out with their own stablecoin, so they'll probably have it all. But with multiple trillions underneath management, we're looking for retail to onboard through this token mechanism, which will bring liquidity into the overall crypto markets. And here's what I'm talking about. Base is already allowing the JP Morgan Chase coin to be traded on the Base ecosystem. So hence liquidity can come on through Base and flow into different assets that we may hold. Banks are moving fast, but Robinhood moves even faster. They're doing what they're doing plus more. They're already integrated with Jupiter Exchange, allowing SPL tokens to be traded through Robinhood. What this simply means is that now users on Robinhood can access all tokens on the Solana library through Jupiter. Kind of like the vertical integration of Aerodrome with Base and Coinbase, but now Robinhood, because they don't own their own DEX, they've integrated with Jupiter. Let's go. Another way for more retail users to bring liquidity on, something I'm excited about. And personally, I'll probably be banking more with exchanges and investment companies like Robinhood and Coinbase in the future than traditional banks because they just move a lot faster. Like, when is JP Morgan Chase going to have their own launch pad? And that's what Coinbase did, right? Brian mentioned this in the last market update. Coinbase, with their first launch pad, is announcing Monad. We see this with Robinhood and SoFi doing IPOs. Well, now Coinbase is doing it with ICOs. Which platform is going to do both at the same time? Possibly SoFi, Robinhood, I'm looking at you. Recent crypto IPOs have done well, but how are ICOs doing since 2017 ICO boom? Well, the first one that Coinbase is promoting, Monad, is ready on a pre-market, trading at double valuation. Now, it's only 1.3 million in market volume, but still good indications. And lastly, prediction markets have gone the way of crypto, but they've reversed. They've gone into Web 2. Polymarket has integrated with Yahoo Finance, which would make reading news super actionable and exciting, I dare say. Imagine, fantasy sports for regular everyday news headlines like this. Tether appoints a new metals trader to advance gold portfolio. Sure, boring news, but how much does Tether buy in gold? We can have a little prediction market here saying, 1 to 2% of supply. And even if you know nothing about it, you might be intrigued to make a bet. Now that I think about this, may not be great for my pocketbook unless I start winning. So I better brush up on all my news. Lastly, on the far right side of the curve, McRibs is back. And celebrating it is none other than Moonbirds. Moonbirds is launching their own token called Burbs. Well, they just launched the McBurb NFT, which has seen millions of mints, absolutely free. But what they may be doing is rewarding attention and social intent. So this is, I wouldn't say the first, but with blockchain, you can do so. And, we will see what happens with the token launch. I hope you enjoyed today's market update, and we'll see you on the other side. Also, real quick, if you don't already have a subscription where you can get actionable insights on all the crypto news and trends out there and how to take advantage of them and the best opportunities in the market today, click on the link down below where for only $1, we'll give you a 1-week trial, a 1-week sneak peek into our Momentum Money Makers community. We go over everything that we're buying and selling on the daily. So click on the link down below. It's only $1 to get started. We'll see you guys on the inside.